They called him Silas Gray, a man with a face carved by desert wind and eyes colder than a tombstone. He drifted from town to town, boots thick with dust, never staying long enough to leave a shadow. And yet, no matter where he went, people whispered the same thing. Silas had never drawn his gun first, but he had never lost a duel either. He arrived in the town of Mesa Ridge in the spring of 1877. It was a place crawling with problems, gamblers, drunkards, and a saloon owner who thought himself the king of the prairie. The sheriff had gone missing 2 weeks earlier. Some said he rode out. Others believed he was buried in the desert. Silas didn't care much. He wasn't looking to fix the town. He just wanted a warm meal and a room without bullet holes in the walls. But trouble followed him like a shadow, and trouble had a name in Mesa Ridge: Clay McCaw. Clay ran the town through fear. He owned the mines, the bank, and half the lawmen. He wore a black duster and carried twin pistols, pearl-handled, untouched by dirt or age. He was quick with his temper and quicker with his draw. When he heard about the stranger in town, silent, tall, and always watching, Clay got nervous. He didn't like men he couldn't read, so he did what men like Clay always do: made a show of force. On the fourth day, Clay walked into the saloon with 6 of his men. He looked at Silas, who sat alone at a corner table, sipping black coffee. "You the one they call Gray?" he asked. Silas looked up. "Maybe." Clay smiled without warmth. "Heard you never draw first?" Silas nodded. "That's right." Clay leaned forward. "Well, I ain't patient." He reached for his gun, but he never touched the handle. Silas didn't blink. In one fluid motion, he pulled iron and fired. Clay dropped like a sack of grain. 6 shots followed from Clay's men. But Silas didn't move like a man. He moved like a storm. When the smoke cleared, all 6 were on the ground. He holstered his revolver, finished his coffee, and left a silver dollar on the table. No one dared stop him. A boy named Willard, who had watched the whole thing from behind the piano, ran after Silas as he left town. "Mister, why don't you ever draw first?" Silas looked at him and said, "Because when you wait, you know who the bad men really are." He rode off toward the horizon where sky met dust, never looking back. Mesa Ridge would talk about that day for decades. And the legend of the man who never drew first lived unetched into the dry bones of the Wild West.